Hey guys, last night I happened to see Pacific Rim, directed by Guillermo del Toro, and let me tell you, this movie was a lot of fun. I thought overall the action sequences were outstanding to watch. It had some martial arts in there as well too. I don't know a lot of the actors on the top of my head. I recognize the one guy in the story who's the main character. I just can't remember what movie he's from. I think this movie was just fun because it brought back a lot of memories from when I was a little kid growing up, watching Gundam and the Power Rangers series, and obviously that was I just blossomed back of all the great memories of my childhood with robots fighting monsters, and just that kind of epicness, like that Godzilla kind of intensity to it. And that's what it kind of reminded me of. It reminded me of Godzilla meets Gundam meets Power Rangers, all for grown-ups, and it was a great movie. The plot of the movie is, in the late future, there's a war between oceanic alien monsters versus these gigantic robots that defend cities in the world called Jaegers. And the bad guys are called the Kaiju, and the Jaegers are the mechanical robots that are run by two pilots in each gigantic like Megazord machine, and their minds are controlled simultaneously on a neutral bridge, so they think alike to make the machine's power. So when one guy moves, the other does the exact same thing, and they move simultaneously. They the arms, and they punch and that kind of stuff. So, and it kind of maybe had just a little bit of a Real Steel feel to it, but not nearly as bad as Real Steel. But this was beyond better than that. So this movie was definitely a movie that surprised me. I expected it to be stupid, not to make sense, but in reality, it worked well with the time frame it was given. Even though it was an hour and 12, it was 2 hours and 2 hours and 11 minutes long. It is well worth those 2 hours and 11 minutes. A lot of action, epic battle scenes, great CGI of buildings being collapsed by all these giant monsters, and Hong Kong is the place where the massive battle takes place. So we got a little bit of the Godzilla theme kind of rolling in there with the Pacific Rim being on the coast of Japan and China. So obviously that's where the name comes from. But overall, very fun movie. A lot of action, a lot of intensity, great explosion scenes and fighting scenes, and it made you want to go, oh man, I want to frickin' kick this robot, frickin' kick these monsters' ass too. So it kind of gave you that feeling like I want to be in one of those suits, beating the shit out of one of those things. But the coolest scene in that movie, in my opinion, was when Gypsy, which is the Jaeger suit for the main character, is given a special weapon, a chainsaw sword. So now you get the kind of Gundam thing coming in there and just whooshing, comes down and just starts freaking slicing away at the damn kaiju. And I was like, yes, that's Gundam right there, baby. We've been waiting for that shit for so long. So it gives you a rush of memories coming back from your childhood and maybe your mid-teens growing up watching Gundam and the anime, robot series fighting to defend the Earth and that kind of stuff. So overall, fantastic movie. Great screen action. Dialogue a little stiff at some places, but overall, the action intensity makes up for it. Not to mention one smoking hot Japanese girl too, so I don't want to miss that. But overall, I give it an 8 out of 10 stars, no doubt about it. It definitely deserves that rating, and it's really shocking me how deep this movie has kind of fallen in the box office. Last time I checked, it was third behind Grown Ups and Despicable Me 2, so I'm going to have to see those movies as well. But I was overly impressed with Pacific Rim. A lot of fun, a great movie, and I recommend it. If it's $4.50 or $7, it's well worth it. I mean, it's a great movie to see. I'm really hoping there's no sequel because there doesn't need to be a sequel. This movie does not need to be a sequel. They've closed the bridge between their world and our universe. End it there. End it on a high note. You don't need a sequel to Pacific Rim. It is good the way it is. And the coolest thing about this movie is at the beginning of the movie, it takes about a good 10 to 15 minutes till they get to the real credit, till they get to the title of the movie. So you're watching the movie before the movie even begins, which is so badass. I love how some movies do that. And my hats go off to Guillermo del Toro. This was a fantastic movie, and I look forward to more of his products in the future. So this is a great movie. I give it 8 out of 10. I recommend it too. Anybody that loves monster versus robot movies, this is the kind of movie you're going to like. If you like Godzilla and Power Rangers and Gundam Wing, see Pacific Rim. Outstanding movie. I am the producer's part 2. I love Pacific Rim. I give it a good rating, and let me know what you guys think. Give me some comments, some thoughts, maybe some video responses, and I'll keep up to date on any movies I see recently. I hope to see Despicable Me 2 next. hopefully followed by Grown Ups too, and I'll let you know how those movies are too. But Pacific Rim is a big thumbs up.